goodness. Such a great joy to be here. And I have to say that what we build here really truly does live in me for the rest of the year. And simultaneously, the moment I leave here, something starts bubbling in me that's like, this is what I want to explore next year, you know? And it's a touchstone and a well. And I am filled with such gratitude for all of you who come here and all of you who offer your gifts. And actually, you know what I'd love to do right now? Let's have a group sigh. Let's take a big breath. I want to hear your sigh. So we'll take a big breath, like we'll go, and a big sigh. Beautiful. Yes, we listen, and so it's sort of nice to hear ourselves in the space. So my talk today is called Quenching Humanity's Thirst, the Courage to Live a Radiant Life. So we are thirsty. Yes, we are thirsty, and we are thirsty in so many ways. We are thirsty for beauty. We are thirsty for love. We are thirsty for right relationship. We are thirsty for daring. We are thirsty for manifesting something tangible. Many of us are thirsty or hungry. Do you know, if the Tibetan gives us the phrase, water of life am I, poured forth for thirsty men, you can imagine that we're going to be thirsty for some time to come. Yes, that there will be thirsty men for some time to come. And if we are thirsty, that's a symptom that says we're already dehydrated. Have you heard that? You know, if you're thirsty, it's too late. You should have been drinking all along, right? Yeah. So, particularly now, and we've said this in many different ways already, particularly now, we're in a crisis situation where we as humanity are desperately thirsty for the wisdom, you know, for something that actually nourishes us, for something actually that sustains us, that fills us. And here's the thing. We're 90% water. So what does that mean? That means that we ourselves are the water of life that must quench the thirst. Right? I mean, on a metaphorical level, you know, we are the waters themselves. Water of life am I, poured forth for thirsty men. And this, to me, suggests, of course, that only we can quench humanity's thirst. And we do that through daring to live a radiant life. Radiant life. The courage to live a radiant life. Very Leo, yeah? Very Leo. Now, David White says, to be human is to become visible and carry what is hidden as a gift to others. To be human is to become visible and carry what is hidden as a gift to others. So, I love that. To become visible, of course, suggests incarnating, arriving on this earth, showing up, manifesting. But it also suggests something else to me. It suggests actually showing up as part of the solution, right? And not blending into the grayness of the problem. To actually become visible. And you can become visible in an intimate conversation. Do you know? It has something to do with lighting ourselves so that we are seen, so that we are perceived as part of the light that will heal humanity. Right? To be human, and to be human is to become visible. How will you become visible? Many of us feel invisible. Yes? Many of us feel, I don't know what it is that I have to offer. And I love, while carrying what is hidden, the ageless wisdom, while carrying what is hidden, what is secret, what is sacred, as a gift. So that suggests that to be human, you are carrying a gift. as a gift to others. So there's so much to that. Visibility, carrying the sacred, carrying the hidden, and offering it as a gift. That's to be human. Yeah? But it's sort of terrifying to do that on a certain level. And where do we begin? So as you know, many of you know, I'm a lover of poetry, because I think poetry cuts to the essential and gives us images for a lot of words. And a couple years ago, Eva Smith gave me this website, Panhala, at Yahoo Groups, I think .com, I think that's what it is. But every day a poem arrives in my email, and with a beautiful, beautiful image. And I'm so deeply moved by, I don't even know the name of the man that sends it out, but I'm so deeply moved every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And one day this poem arrived, and I never would have found it otherwise, really. It's by a woman named Joan Murray. And I think it speaks to exactly what the note we're starting to sound right now. And it's called Her Head. And I'll tell you about the picture that came with it afterwards. In Ekovukeni, near Natal, South Africa, a woman carries water on her head. After a year of drought, when 1 child in 3 is at risk of death, she carries water on her head. She returns from a distant well, carrying water on her head. The pumpkins are gone, the tomatoes withered, but the woman carries water on her head. The cattle kraals are empty, the goats gaunt, no milk now for the children, but she is carrying water on her head. The engineers have reversed the river. Those with power can keep their power, but one woman carries water on her head. In the homelands, where dusty crowds watch empty roads for water trucks, one woman trusts herself with treasure and carries water on her head. The sun does not dissuade her, nor the dried earth that blows against her, as she carries water on her head in a huge and dirty pail with an idle handle resting on a narrow can. This woman is carrying water on her head. This woman who girds her neck with safety pins, this one who carries water on her head, trusts her own head to bring to her people what they need now between life and death. This woman is carrying water on her head. This woman trusts herself with treasure. And the image was exquisite. South African woman, vast desert, old, pail, 5 gallons, her dress streaming behind her, alone, walking through the desert, trusting herself with treasure and carrying water on her head. This is her water of life. She trusts herself to bring on her head what her people need now between life and death. If that was not a perfect image of what each and every one of us should be doing, crossing the desert with the water on our head to return from a distant well. And let me tell you what, this is our distant well. This is our plug-in point, one of them, right? There are many for some of us. But this is a plug-in point. She returns from a distant well carrying water on her head. And this is what we can do here, right? We can carry the water from the distant well. And it requires tremendous trust of ourselves. It requires us feeling into the need of our family, of our community, of the person that's sitting across from us at lunch. What is the need? Well, how can we feel into this need? And how can we begin to meet that need, the simplicity of that need? Right? So there's a profound trust that has to occur, and a profound simplicity, as Lawson talked about. That's what's required. There's water in my village that's required. I will find an old pail. I will balance it on my head for miles. The sun does not dissuade me, nor the dried earth that blows against me. I'm hot, I'm dirty, and I have a mission, and I have a journey. I have a point to reach. You know? So, to me, this poem is so essential. And what is the water that you are carrying? Now, I don't know. You know, so often in the last years teaching, we have had conversations. You know, students and friends. What is it that you want to give? You know, what is your water? What is your gift? And we say, I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm not sure yet. I'm worried. I'm afraid. You know, and I think that not knowing is often the layer above fear, sadness. You know, it's a cloudy Neptunian kind of cloud that says, I'm not willing to name it yet, because if I name it, it will be terrifying. If I name it, then I have to do it, right? So there's a wonderful teacher I love, David Data, who's an author and a teacher, and he speaks of art/yoga versus therapy versus spiritual practice. And I want to just talk about the first two. So he says, therapy. We all know what therapy is. How do we fix ourselves, right? I need to work out. My elbow hurts a lot. I need to lose 5 pounds. I haven't processed my family history. These are all important, right? These are all important issues. However, we could spend our lives in the therapy, yes? And frankly, you can do parallel paths, absolutely. You know, I have been on the therapeutic path, and I honor it, and it has allowed me to give my gift in a different way. However, what he says is that yoga/art is the opening to that. It is the radical unfurling of the heart, and it is when you fully give yourself in the moment. No matter how broken, no matter how shy, no matter how weighty, no matter how depressed and feeling rejected we feel, no matter what, we drop it. And we say, in this moment, there's the need, and I am unfurling my heart, and I am giving my humanity to you. I am giving you my light, and I will give until I am given, until I am spent, until I have offered all. Yeah? So it's